Raise your fist to the air. Tunes Brothers everywhere. Rockin' loud, feel the sound. Tunes Brothers smashing ground. Whoa, rebels with guitars in hand. Raise your fist. Raise your fist.
Some people are no damn good. Spend your money like I knew they would. I got wild to their wicked ways.
Okay, welcome into Tunes Brothers. This is supposed to be live. I don't know if it is. I don't know what the hell's going on, but we're going to roll with it. I am Rob. That is Scott. That is Tom. And we are going to do a very special video for a very dedicated viewer, Lewis. He made a What If Kiss album consisting of Paul, Gene, Ace, and Peter's solo stuff post Kiss, which means nothing that, no side projects that they did in between Kiss years or anything. I'm going to break that goddamn phone. Anyway, Scott, take it over.
Okay, man. Actually, I listened to all the songs because it had been a while, with the exception of one song on here that he had made this album. And my take on it is I can live with about 6 of these songs on this album. So that's half. The others I really don't care for at all. And the ones that I've got that I do like, I like about 4 out of 5, maybe 5 out of 5 of them, but there's one that I can deal with, I can live with. So not shit on your album, Mary Lois, just it's not bad. It's 50-50 for me. So what are we going to do with this? Just go over it, or is that what our plan is?
Just have Tommy talk about it. Dudes, I'm sorry. We're not live and it's just going to have to be, but I'm trying to figure some other shit out. So,
okay.
What's your take?
You know what,
Yeah,
Scott? I don't disagree with you. Most of these songs are good. Some of them are decent. One of them I can completely live without. It's a good concept album. It's not perfect in any way, but then again, what album is really perfect?
There's a few, but yeah, they're rare.
Well,
they're rare.
Very rare. It's a very rare thing that happens, but they're there. No, it's not bad. Honestly, it's kind of a direction where I thought I was hoping Kiss would go. If all 4 members would stay together.
Yeah, now that I've not got a complaint with. Now that I'm on board with. But yeah, in my other podcast that I had a few years ago, I made it pretty clear that I was not a fan of Paul Stanley's solo album at all, and Gene Simmons' solo album at all, except for maybe one track on Gene's I think I liked. And it's on here. And I think there's one on here that I'm with. But I just do not like the production of Paul Stanley's Live to Win album. I think his voice is way too up front, bro. It's way, and he still had the voice in, but it's just overshadowing the music on that damn production. And the songs are too popish, maybe, if that's the right word for it. I wanted a Kiss sounding album from Paul. And I know he was doing
But
his
Scott,
thing.
why would he want to do a Kiss sounding album if he's trying to do his own thing though, Scott?
Welcome,
Yeah,
Dave.
because when you're with a
What's up,
band that has a freaking grab on the world like Kiss, you don't want to stray from that. Just like Peter Chris's solo album, for fuck's sake. I mean, why? That's one thing I can say about Ace, man. Ace has pretty much stayed true to form, to his
Shitty?
rock roots background. And
Shitty.
Gene's is unbelievable. I mean, it's like, what the
Tone
hell,
deaf.
bro?
Thank you.
Time out.
That's why it went. Time out.
Welcome, Dave.
Hey, g'day guys, how are you?
How you doing, man?
Just
All
listening to
right,
Scott
so
rumbling
for
on there.
some reason, our fucking live experiment was not working for me, so this is just going to be a recording that will be up later tonight. But what we're doing here, since you were not given the specifics, a really good viewer, Lewis, created a album called The Final Stand for Kiss, which he used Paul, Gene, Ace, and Peter's post-Kiss solo albums to choose from. Why he chose Anomaly, I have no fucking idea. But so he put together 12 songs and he wanted to rank them. I don't know how familiar you are with this, because I was only familiar with Peter and Paul's, and for good reason. But when we list a song, we'll just give it to you if you know it, and you can talk about your feelings for it. Sound good?
No worries.
All right. So Scott shit all over Paul's album in his opening. I don't remember what Tom said. I'm sorry. I was working on technical shit. I heard Paul and Poppy. That's who Paul is. Paul's not Robert, Plant or Steven Tyler. You're not going to get blues. You're not going to get hardcore rock. The 78 solo album was poppy. It had heavy guitars, but every one of those songs was pop orientated. There was no screaming, making loves and stuff on that album. Paul is extremely gifted when it comes to melodic pop, popular music, things that are easy on everyone's ears. And Live to Win is fucking fantastic. Front to back. The ballads may be a little on the Michael Bolton-ish radio play top 40 side, but they're still good ballads, unlike Beth. And the other stuff that is not a ballad is phenomenal. Gene, on the other hand, this was one big extension of Hate from Carnival of Souls. So much so that the dipshit had a song called Carnival of Souls, and we'll get to that. Ace fucking Frehley. Now, this guy has been absolutely worthless since Trouble Walking. Every time somebody gives me something to listen to off of one of his 2001 Space Odyssey ripoff title fucking albums, it's a joke. What I learned out of this whole experiment, that Kiss truly only ever had two really good singers, Peter Criss and Ace Frehley. Gene passed only because of the demon persona matching that grovelly voice. He's not a gifted singer. He's just fucking not. Ace Frehley's the biggest tone deaf moron to ever step in front of a microphone.
You said it right.
Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous that Ace Frehley cannot sing about anything that doesn't have to do with lightning or space. He is so fucking one-dimensional, and he is the Kiss's equivalent to Tommy Lee, just dumb as a box of fucking rocks. You know, they always made reference, and Peter always felt stupid because he couldn't read and write, you know, at a high level. He comes off like a genius when you look at the shit Ace Frehley puts out musically.
Oh.
So now you got my take on all 4 albums, so you know how this fucking list is going to go.
Oh, it's gonna go beautifully.
Hey,
I'm not gonna be able
you
to
have
breathe.
anything to say about Live to Win, Gene's Asshole album, Peter Chris's Cat
Oh.
1 album, or Ace Frehley's Anomaly?
The only one I'd ever listen to is Paul's.
There you go.
Thank you.
Just simply because, I mean, that Gene Simmons Arsehole album, well, I think the title says it all.
At least he's honest.
Well, and that's very true. I don't think Gene ever tries to hide the fact that he's an arsehole, which is all right. Yeah, Paul's is the only one worth listening to out of that lot. As I
Absolutely.
said to you before, Rob, that one live Kiss concert that he did is probably the best Kiss concert ever done.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scott.
Okay.
Which one's
Well-
that one?
The one live Kiss, Paul Stanley's solo tour for the Live to
Live
Win.
to Win.
Oh,
That-
God.
That is a phenomenal concert, and we will be reviewing that concert as
I wish
well
I saw
on
it.
the video.
He had
home
a
release.
great backing band. He played some classic tracks that we don't get to hear any other time.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
So Scott's on record saying he hates the One Live Kiss concert that Paul plays extensively hidden gems off of Dynasty. All
I
because
haven't
he's not singing like this. I suppose that ruins it for you then.
I've not heard it yet.
You have
You
not
know-
heard that One Live Kiss concert? Oh
No.
my God, dude. Oh, it's on YouTube.
If it was Live to Win, I understand why. But I will
Not
listen
just
to
that
it.
album, dude. It's a concert. He plays other things from Kiss.
Magic Touch.
Okay.
Yeah, Magic Touch is
Okay.
on there. 1,000,000 to 1, I think, is on there.
Heaps of
Yeah.
stuff off his first solo album.
Yeah, so it's worth a listen. And the band he uses is fucking fantastic.
And he's at that point of his career when he's just on song.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. You want to hear Magic
It
Touch
is
done
kind of like
professionally
that.
live? Okay, so we will start this thing off with Tommy for once.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, guys. Lewis's album, I don't forgot what it was called.
The Final
Sometimes-
Stand.
Final Fat. Okay.
Stand.
Stand. I thought you said fan.
Did you say the Final Fat?
Yeah. I'm like
All right.
fruitcake.
All right, go ahead. What's your number 12?
My number 12 sounds, you know, when I listened to this song, I thought Lewis put on a rap song by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Firestarter.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I listened to Gene's song, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I fucking skipped it. Dude, I never skipped a song so damn fast and cursed out Gene Simmons more times than I'm surprised he didn't give my cell phone a ring and find me. Because it's that bad. Why would Kiss do a rap intro
Hey,
of
hey,
any
hey, that ain't Kiss. That's all Gene, man. That has nothing to do with the rest of the guys.
Well, I'm looking at it this being like Kiss doing this
Yeah.
album. So
Unfortunately, all of these yahoos are able to represent Kiss for the
can I
better
ask
or
who
worse.
the fuck bought this Gene solo album?
I did. On day fucking one, I did. And I heard that first fucking song and it was ejected and thrown in the back fucking seat. It is fucking
Dude,
horrible.
You must have been pissed.
Oh, first of all, have you seen the cover of this thing? What the
Yeah.
hell's with Gene Simmons, a bunch of prostitutes from a C-rate, flea bag hotel in Queens or something, overweight, old, slobby-looking, ugly women, all dressed in underwear, and he's standing there like a king. Of what? These are skanks. What? Look,
I don't
Oh.
understand Gene, dude. So my number 12 is Firestarter.
all right. All right, all right. My number 12, also Firestarter. It's got a decent guitar intro, and you're gonna see this or hear this from me a lot, followed by ridiculous noisy shit. It's just fucking horrible. Scott, let me guess, Firestarter's your number one?
This
No, it ain't that good now.
You're number
It ain't-
12.
It's not number 12. Number 12 is got to be All About You. Yeah. Yeah, that's
god!
that's just horrible. Barry Manilow shit, man.
Fucking
Yeah.
wow.
What?
I can't do that damn stuff, man. I listened to that album, I think, one time through. And that's the only time I ever really listened to it, I think. Until here recently.
Holy
Yeah, man.
shit.
Yeah, man. I just don't
Wow.
like that album. I don't
There
like
goes our planet.
But you can listen to classic Van Halen on purpose?
damn right.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Damn right.
Space
Iron Maiden. I can
Spaceballs.
listen
There
to
goes our
Iron
planet.
Maiden X Factor, for God's sakes.
Wow.
Before I could
All
do
right.
it, man.
Dave, do you have any knowledge of Gene's Asshole album?
I've listened to probably when it first came out. I listened to half of it because there was a lot of skipping past. So I'll have to agree with you guys because anything off his album would be down the bottom.
Yeah, it's if it's spoiler alert, Lewis, my bottom 4 tracks are all off that fucking album.
Yeah, and that'd be about right.
That album is Mob Rules fucking bad.
I like Mob Rules.
Bad. Well, Dave likes Mob Rules, but
Damn
everybody
right.
out there knows how much I hate that album. That Asshole album from Gene Simmons is got to be the worst thing ever recorded. There is nothing on this album that has anything worth redeeming qualities. Terrible. Okay,
I think
Tommy.
when I heard that album, it made it clear to me he just does not give a shit.
No. You see the
Right,
damn
right.
video
Put
for
it
that
out.
Firestarter?
Doesn't matter.
It's horrible.
He put a video for it.
Yeah, and he's got like money bags. That's before he made that whole money bag thing. So he's just like this money bag pimp king thing. It's
He
just
should not have his music videos.
YouTube it. It's one of the most embarrassing things since any one of his movies.
Pass. Pass.
All right, number 11, Scott or Tom.
My number 11 is a failed attempt of a great song, Foxy and Free.
That's somebody else's song.
Yeah.
Why? Are you thinking about Foxy Lady from Jimi Hendrix?
I might be thinking Foxy Lady then. Fuck, man. But Foxy and
It
Free.
keeps giving, brother. Anyway,
telling
the
you.
song you were talking about.
Foxy and Free. I don't like Ace's voice. And for those who do, you need your ears checked or a CAT scan because it's just. He sounds like a drunken hobo that's singing underneath a bridge.
Well, first he was probably drunk on
Foxy
every
and
song he
Free.
ever recorded.
Wouldn't be surprised. My number 11, Foxy and Free.
All right, my number 11 is Weapons of Mass Destruction. Gene Simmons' Asshole. It's got one of the most childish, stupid bass note intros, followed by noisy shit. Stop me if you've heard this before. Dave, have you heard Weapons of Mass Destruction from Gene Simmons?
I have.
Okay, did you like it?
No,
Beautiful.
I didn't like anything on that album.
Good.
Really?
I have to ask you because I got to keep you involved until we get to some better stuff.
Yeah, there aren't many albums I could say. There's nothing on there that I don't like. That album's one of them.
I can see how this is going to go. Me and Tommy's top songs are going to be Peter and Paul. Scott's is going to be Ace and Gene, and he's going to shit all over Paul just because he's secretly jealous of how good looking Paul is.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Number
Oh,
11,
God.
Scott.
Number 11. Ring the bell.
Oh, my.
Weapons of Mass Destruction. Yeah, man. I got no. I got no love lost for this either, man. Two albums that, in my opinion, should have never even been made.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a bunch of noise, man. With Gene doing, that's a good representation of, a lot of hate on here from Carnival of
Yeah.
Souls.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, there is one song that I like, and it's on here. But we'll get to that. But that's not it. I mean, Weapons of Mass Destruction, really? Goddamn,
Yeah.
are you Megadeth now? I mean, come
Well,
on, man.
it probably came out around the whole Iraq scandal, right? With the whole weapons of mass destruction. You know, Gene, he can't miss a good fucking headline to sell something for himself.
Yeah. And going back to the cover of that damn album, dude, I mean, really, man? Really?
Embarrassing.
I mean,
Embarrassing.
Pimp
Yeah.
Gene? Come on, man. But anyway, yeah, that's my 11.
My number 10, Weapons of Mass Destruction. What the fuck was this man thinking? Honestly, it felt like I was listening to guitar playing through a tin can half the time, and I couldn't bear to finish half the song.
Horrible production. Horrible.
No,
Horrible production.
if he produced this album, he should never produce albums. Like,
Well, he's
at
had
all.
like 2 failed record labels, if that tells you anything.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Yeah, no, just Gene can't make an album worth of shit.
Well, what I took away from this whole thing is Peter and Paul are pretty much the only ones who have any business even writing a Kiss song. How Ace ever wrote things like Cold Gin and Parasite and Strange Ways, I'll never know. Because anything he's written for himself after Frehley's Comet has been absolute garbage.
You're out of your mind, man.
I feel like we're being lied to, and he didn't. Honestly.
Well, that's the problem these days. How do you know who really wrote anything?
Right. So.
Yeah, well, I tell you, listening to some of them guitar solos, well, 2 of those guitar solos, since there's 2 anomalies on here, I question whether Ace even played them in the studio, because doesn't even sound like his playing. All right, so that's
why not even solo stuff.
Yeah, that's my number 10, Weapons of Mass Destruction.
All right, my number 10 is Gene trying to live off of Carnival of Souls that he has been known to love grunge music. In recent interviews, as of the last year, I have heard him talk about how much he always loved the grunge movement. And he did not understand that grunge was not dark hate metal, which is it's like just a new term. It's not, death metal because it's not fast enough. It's not grunge because it's heavier. It's just horrible. He must have loved hate because he tried to clone it over and over and over on this album. This is a stupid chorus, and they use it to open the song as a bigger insult. I just, whatever. Carnival of Souls, just as terrible as every song he had on Carnival of Souls.
Okay. Dave.
Number 10 to you, Scott.
Oh, okay. Dave, don't know that one.
Yeah,
Right.
I was going to ask him after, but I can ask. He doesn't. He's not that familiar anyway. He's just going to agree everything sucks until we get to the next artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10. Bulletproof. Yeah, man. I hate the way that begins. Jesus Christ, dude.
Give him 3 of them, Rob.
It makes Bruce Dickinson sound like
One vote for good luck.
uh, the greatest singer on the planet. Man,
Oh
when he
my
begins
God!
to-
Stop.
My!
Holy
Oh,
shit, man.
What you just said
Now the chorus is not
is one of
bad
the
in
most
the song.
insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
did you actually have the nutsack to say Bruce Dickinson's a better singer than Paul Stanley?
You're out of your
On that-
mind, Scott.
You
On
are
that song, yeah.
fucking beyond retarded.
Fucking
On that
delusional,
song.
dude.
On that whole
Delusional.
album.
How's that better than Paul Stanley? Explain that to me.
I would
Oh,
rather
man.
listen to Paul Stanley get on stage and say "boom" than listen to fucking Iron Maiden.
No,
On
fucking
repeat.
way.
Wow.
No.
All right, go ahead.
No.
Finish ripping a perfectly good song.
I said on Live to Win album.
Paul Stanley's
don't
voice
like
is Paul
Paul
Stanley's
Stanley.
voice. That's like
I
saying
do
you don't
not
like his voice on Love Gun, but you like it on Destroyer. It's stupid.
Yeah, because it buries this piece of shit that he put out. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. I don't like it, bro. I just ain't never grabbed me, man.
Okay. All 2 of you in the comment section who repeatedly feel sorry for Scott, you got no more argument. You got because he is now taking a big steaming pile of shit on something that me and Tommy love. No more sympathy for Scott. He gets what's coming to him.
You damn right, man. That's what they get for shitting on mob rules.
Mob rule sucks.
No, it
And
doesn't.
throwing me under the bus with Iron Maiden somewhere in time
Hey,
too.
mob rule sucks.
I love Mob
All right.
Rules, Scott.
You like Mob
Hell
Rules,
yeah.
Dave?
Heaven and hell.
Okay, Dave, let me
Yeah.
ask you this. When it comes to Black Sabbath, what do you prefer? Who's the singer you prefer? They had like, what, 3?
Yeah. Well, I think
Four.
Ozzy's obviously classic Black Sabbath.
Oh.
But Dio, I've always liked Dio. I was a Dio fan in Rainbow.
Okay.
So I followed him over to Black Sabbath. And even Ian Gillan when he joined for, the album he did, which you got to listen to because that's heavy as shit.
Damn.
But yeah, Ozzy's the one.
So
Yeah.
where do you stand on Iron Maiden? You said you were more of a fan of the artwork. Is that it?
Yeah, like I said, I've got the tattoo on my leg.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, yeah, always attracted to the artwork more than the music itself. I did like the Number of the Beast. Probably I think it's the first album I bought of theirs, but the few I got after that, I don't know, it just all seemed the same to me. So
Yeah, that's the thing. They kind of all sound the same.
yeah, and a bit like
They
you,
don't
Bruce's voice is all right, but it gets a bit on your nerves after a while.
Yeah. Okay, where do we live? Number 9 to Tommy?
Yeah. My number 9 is Carnival of Souls. I completely agree. He's obviously loves Carnival of Souls and grunge, which to me is just noise. And it gives me a headache listening to it. I'm sorry, I'm baffled by what Scott said still, and my brain can't process words right now.
Well, there are a handful of songs I've lived to win that I could understand him shitting on. The 2 he shit on is absolutely not on my list of things that would be acceptably called bad.
Right. So, yeah, Carnival of Souls, my number 9.
All right. Number 9 to me, the last, thank God, Lewis. I know you had to use Asshole because it's Gene's only solo album, but god damn, did you need 4 of them? Sweet and Dirty Love. And the first thing, not even 30 seconds in, I knew immediately this is an absolute ripoff of the intro for Tie Your Mother Down from Queen. absolutely ripped off, stolen, hoodwinked. He should have been sued by Queen. I can't believe he got away with it. But other than that, thankfully, versus the other three, I said it's just a filler. It didn't completely make me want to rip my ears off.
Okay. Ring the bell again. Number 9 is going to be Carnival of Souls. Yeah, man, I just don't know what in the hell, man. I don't think, you know, at least I will give Paul credit on his album. Paul did take time to put these songs together, but Gene, I think
Yeah,
he
I don't know. It was a lot like his 78 solo album, right? You had no idea what the hell he was doing.
I just think he went in there and just blurted out shit, bro. I'm telling you, because that's what the majority of this album sounds like. Well, the whole damn album, except for one song, in my opinion. Maybe two, but damn, man, I don't get it. I mean, I can get Paul's. I understand Paul comes from that free, you know, type
Motown
background.
stuff.
But I just wish that Paul would have done a heavier album. But Gene
So does he.
just
So does he. He actually said that too, to be fair to you, Scott. Paul said, looking back at it, if he'd ever do another one, it'd be more like his 78, a hard rocker. But I'm a big pop fan, so that album kind of landed perfect for me. So
yeah. But Gene's just, it makes no sense. You don't know where he's going, man, with this shit, dude. I just,
no.
like I said, I didn't grasp it. So that's why that's number 9 or whatever.
You know it's bad when 4 songs fell lower than any Ace Frehley song for me. And they were all Gene.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn.
Okay, I think we're done with Gene's Asshole. Any parting thoughts on that album, Dave?
No, we're not
well,
done.
you're talking about diversity, which is great for a band, but I think on any particular album, you need to like have some kind of, you know,
Direction
to go to. Like as you said, the same with this first album. It was a bit like listening to 6 or 7 different albums.
Yeah.
And I prefer to stick an album on. I know what I'm getting.
Right.
You know.
Not cohesive at all.
No, it's not. And I don't even know. The only thing I've been liking it to is his Carnival of Soul stuff. And I just don't know, with the lack of success that had, I don't know why he would further pursue that. I just don't get it.
I think the scariest thing, Rob, is Scott's still got one of his songs to go.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, because he used Paul Stanley's. He's got 2 of them. So yeah.
Oh, good Lord, Scott.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, Tommy, number 8.
9. My number 8.
Wait, did you? Yeah, you're number 8.
My number 8. Bad Attitude.
What?
Just joking. It's Sweet and Dirty Love. It's Sweet Dirty Love. I'm just kidding.
Oh, God damn it.
Sweet Dirty Love. Sweet Dirty Love. I almost gave him a heart attack. Oh, shit, man. I don't like anything off the Asshole album. So all of that was just on my bottom, except for a few.
That might be the only cassette I have ever bought and listened to one song, and God is my witness, never listened to another song until I had 2 years later on the internet.
I didn't.
This was basically a brand new experience for me, except for Firestarter.
I to be honest, I didn't even know Peter had a soul album like he did till today.
It's his only good one.
Yeah, it is.
It's his only solo album, including 78. This is the only Peter Criss solo effort that sounds like Kiss's Peter Criss.
Yeah.
That Catman scratchy, scream he does is fantastic. But anyway, my number 8 would be Sweet and Dirty Love.
Scotty boy.
All right. Wait a minute. Is it me or you?
Well, we're still on Gene, so I'm not going to go to Dave until we hit another artist.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. Number 8 is Where Angels Dare.
Oh my
Uh,
fucking lord! I don't even know what to fucking say at this point.
Dude.
that is damn some stuff that I almost cried listening to, man. I was like, what in the God's
Oh
name?
my fucking
Is
lord!
has he got religion now, or what's he thinking about?
He's got to be fucking doing this on purpose, right, Tommy?
He
He's
has
got
to
to be
be.
doing this.
No,
just
he
to
has to be
fucking-
just to be fucking with us, dude. He's fucking
I
with us.
would, you know how
There's
I am,
no
man. If I
way in
was,
hell,
yeah,
Scott.
I'd
No
say,
Okay,
yo, I
I
got
understand, Scott, that this album may not be
God,
as
bro.
heavy as you want, but that's the heaviest fucking song on there.
Yes.
Besides,
Besides "Live to Win," that's the heaviest song on there.
yeah,
It
and
baffles my mind, bro.
yeah,
Might as well
man.
just say
I
"Monster's" the greatest Kiss album ever made to me. Holy
Okay.
shit!
I'm gonna have Scott have his say here in just 1 second. I want all the commenters, when this is over, tell us what you think of that album. Give us a song by song. Fuck this list. I mean, if you want to do this list, sorry, Lewis, you can certainly rate Lewis's in the comments too. But I am so utterly flabbergasted by the hatred of the best songs on Paul's solo album by Scott. I'm curious for the commenters out there. If you know the album, list the songs that you think are good and are bad. Just for my curiosity, because right now I don't even know what fucking planet Scott's on. Okay, finish your thoughts, Scott. Where Angels Dare.
like I said, man, I just didn't take to it, man. The whole album. Yeah, man, it's just not. And believe it or not, man, it's the guitar. It's just not heavy enough for me, man. And to Paul's voice, it might be a production thing too, man. It's like he's singing in this studio, and they're over here playing in this studio, man. But they got the damn sound turned down on the music, and the vocals
No.
turned
That's just because his voice is so strong, it drowns out all of the other instruments.
yeah, it's just I just don't. It's too mushy for me, man. I don't know, man. I just
Says the man who likes the production on Hotter Than Hell.
damn right. That's gritty, brother. That is gritty, grimy, brother. I love that. A lot of distortion. Give me that distortion, bro. But anyway, yeah, that would be number 8. Yeah, man, number 8. Yeah, and I'm
All
not
right,
pulling you in, bro.
Dave, I'm dying here, Dave. Where Angels Dare.
Great song. I don't know what
Thank
you're
you.
doing, Scott, really.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what else is on this list coming up, but I'd be surprised if that song isn't in the top, 1 or 2
Yeah.
for you two. Sorry, Scott. There is a lot of things I agree with you,
Oh
Scott.
no,
but,
man, hey, you
not-
like
not
what
today.
you like, brother. That's just the way it is on here, man.
Well, this is true.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
don't know
man.
what it's like in North Carolina. Maybe the air's a bit thicker. I don't know, but
yeah, it is now. It is now, man. It's like
Oh.
spring down here all of a sudden. It just,
Well,
it's fixing to be 70 degrees again. It's crazy.
if you
as
see
hell.
behind me, it's about 92 here, so it's
Yeah,
quite
shut up.
quite nice.
Dave can't go a day without sending me the weather forecast of his warm weather down there in Australia.
Sorry, guys, it's beautiful here.
Yeah. Okay, Tommy, number 7.
My number 7.
Whoa, wait a
Outer-
minute. I didn't
Oh,
do
wait.
my number 8 yet. My bad.
No, you didn't.
Tommy's remake, Foxy Lady. Foxy and Free off of Anomaly from Ace Tone Deaf Freely. I gave it good marks for the intro groove, which was cool. And then to be expected, absolutely terrible vocals from Ace throughout the whole thing with a horrible solo. I mean, with a horrible chorus, but it has a cool breakdown into the solo. So basically what I'm saying is the music was good and anything Ace can be heard singing on sucked. Now,
I
you're
think
number
that's
7.
what made some of
I
that's
agree
what
with
made
that,
some of Freely
actually.
Comet's.
Hold on. What's that, Dave?
I think that's what made some of Freely Comet's album good was the fact that he had another singer on there that
Absolutely.
You know,
Todd Howarth
very
made
tough.
that success. Todd Howarth was the success of that band.
No.
Okay. Scott would rather hear Dolls than Calling to You, I guess.
Oh, to the hills.
No.
All right,
I hate that song.
Seven, Tommy.
My number 7 is Outer Space.
Yeah.
It was played on New Jersey's rock station every fucking night, and I could not stand listening to it more than once a night. And I just shut my radio off, basically, is what I'm saying. That is not Ace playing. No way in hell is that Ace playing. It doesn't have that sloppy style that he usually does, that he calls it, or whatever. And enough with the space shit. We get it. You're the spaceman from Kiss, but you're out of Kiss.
Uh-oh. We've got the man, Lewis.
Lewis!
I just opened up my email and said we're doing this tonight. And I'm thinking like, well, what time? I live in a different time zone. I got no warning or nothing. I wish I got like 24 hour, but it's great to be here, see you guys. And let's see, we got Scotty, Rob, Tommy, myself, and Mr. Dave.
Yeah.
Dave, I'm miffed at you that you don't like no.
No.
You can keep saying that.
I think we've done that.
Anyway, what did you guys speak of up until now, so I don't have to repeat? Or
Okay,
not
we're
know
up
what's
to
going
number
on.
7. I basically shit on every Gene Simmons song, and I'm into Ace Frehley now. Scott has shit on pretty much every Paul Stanley song. Tommy's been ripping Gene with me, and Dave doesn't like the whole Gene album, so we're just now getting into Ace and the rest of it.
All right, that's totally cool. You know, like I
Yeah.
said, for me, it's not like what's the best song, what's the worst song. For me, it's just putting something together that would have made a better Kiss album than what's been out.
And I defended you because you had to use the Asshole album because it's all Gene has. My only question was, did you need 4 of them?
I wanted it to be collective of all members. Is that what you mean by the 4 members?
Well, yeah, but I mean, did you have to use 4 Gene Simmons songs?
One asshole would have been enough.
What's that?
The
one asshole would be enough.
Well, to tell you the truth, at the time I put this together, I initially did this when Sonic Boom came out. And
okay.
First, it was 5 Gene songs and 5 Paul songs, with a bonus song of the song you don't like, "It's My Life," as a like special bonus. Then, as I discovered the Ace songs, the Peter songs, and then I did with Ace just Outer Space. I didn't do the other song, Foxy and Free. And I figured I just wanted to get like the whole Kiss thing. I was going back and forth between Firestarter, whether to have it or not. And I found that I thought that Prodigy did it better because it's their song. But then I listened again, and I said, I thought Gene's version was like rougher and tougher, and I liked it. But then after the way I sequenced it together to go right after Carnival of Souls, it was such a nice blended fit. It just made sense to keep it. Yeah. And I do like. I mean, I'm definitely gonna defend the opening track. I think "Sweet and Dirty Love" is an awesome song. It's a great way to start the album. So that track I'm going to defend, and the other 3, I just needed a little bit more Gene songs. If I take away the Gene songs, it would just be an 8-song album.
Well,
there was nothing more of
the
Paul.
"Sweet and Dirty Love" is the one I like the most. But did you hear? Does it resonate with you right away in the intro? To me, sounds like the intro to "Tie Your Mother Down" from Queen.
There's a story to that. Gene Simmons, yeah, he was having like a get together, like a conversation with Brian May, and that's actually Gene's riff. But he never used it for anything.
Wow!
And Brian says, "I like that. Can I use that?" He goes, "Sure, go ahead and use it anytime you want." So he initially wrote that riff, which Brian May asked to borrow.
My apologies to Gene Simmons. Queen
My bad, Steve.
ripped off Kiss or Gene
Well,
Simmons.
not ripped off, but he
My
got
bad, Gene.
permission.
Borrowed, yeah. Okay. Well, then who we left off here? You did. Who's number 7?
I
You
did
just
Outer
number
Space.
7? Outer Space. Okay. And it's Scotty,
Me,
number
I
7.
guess. Number 7 is Sweet and Dirty Love. Just now talking about it. And that's one on the album that is okay. That's it. I like it all right, but I definitely am not crazy about it. But I didn't know about the Queen thing, you know. But yeah, it's way better than what the hell we've mentioned. Weapons of mass destruction and
Carnival of
freaking
Souls.
Carnival of Souls, for God's sakes, those were horrible. But this is coming around a little bit. Gene actually does sing a little better on this one, and it sounds a little better. So that's why it wound up in the number 7 spot for me.
Okay. I think we've all, including Lewis, talked about Sweet and Dirty Love. So I will go on to my number 7 and match up with Tommy. Ace Frehley having a completely original idea, Outer Space. I've got cool intro with a terrible chorus. It's just more Ace Frehley. Look at me, I'm in space while I'm getting electrocuted and I'm tone deaf.
Right.
It's Ace.
It's just it's just it's overdone with him.
It's
Dave,
fucking
did you listen to Anomaly at all, Dave?
When it first came out, yeah. I mean, I think the whole thing with Ace and this space stuff is, you could tell he never really wanted to lead Kiss.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
loved that.
He's regretting it
When
now.
you're
You can't
hold
let
on
it go.
to the gimmick that long, to this day, his newest album was mostly about space and shit, right? When you're holding on to that, that's to me saying that this is who I am and I fucked up not once, not twice, but 3 times.
3 times.
And I'm going to try to milk the space band thing for all I can.
And boy, is that a
That's
shocking album.
Yeah.
great album too.
Oh, Scott, please.
Shocked me.
Oh man. Okay. So we're on to Tommy with, well, what do you think about this Anomaly album, Lewis? This is your list.
Well, I only heard the Anomaly album a few times. A friend gave it to me. I listened. The reason I picked the 2 songs from it because I thought they were the most relatable type songs. The rest are a little bit more original, and some are kind of goofy, like the one about the angels, like "Mommy, is our dad? Is the angels real?" and whatever the hell he's. This is embarrassing. This is beyond embarrassing, So and like I said, Outer Space was the first initial one, and I didn't want to pick any other. I just want to go a little sidebar here.
Shit.
When I put this thing together, like I said, it was my, rebuttal against Sonic Boom. But then after I looked at it, it's also, regardless of what you think of the songs, the style is like Rock and Roll Over was Rock and Roll Over was a follow-up to Destroyer. I consider this to have been a follow-up to Psycho Circus in that same realm.
All right.
And also, and at the third way, because like different avenues, I also see it as Kiss ending their studio albums with this instead of Monster.
Well, anything would have been better than Monster.
100%.
And so, have you got to the Peter songs yet? Have
No,
you
not
noticed
yet.
something
Well,
about?
No, we have not got there yet.
Okay, all right, but you've listened to them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that
If
whole
you
album.
notice what I did to the Peter songs was I have them at 1.25 speed to boost them up to fit the rest of the album.
The other thing I like is the links you put on the bottom for each song. Your mix sounds 10 times better and louder than the actual YouTube songs you link to.
Oh, so, I did not know.
Yeah.
Kudos on that. Your list is fucking could be a production CD. It sounds so fucking good.
Well, that's what I
I'm
do
not
best.
gonna lie.
Put songs in the best order possible. That's my gift.
I couldn't hear shit when I was working. I had both of them in. There was a lot. It was a lot.
The
of
question
shit.
I was going to ask you is, what made you settle on Anomaly? I know you didn't maybe want to do the Freely's Comet stuff, but Trouble Walking had some good tunes on it. As
I
just
wanted to catch the eras of the albums all coming out the same
okay,
time.
okay,
You know,
That
and
makes
like
sense.
I initially was going to call the album Mass Destruction, but Paul's songs were just not aggressive enough.
no.
Had he done his solo album to have a handful of songs that were like Master and Slave
Yeah.
and that aggression, then I would have called the album Mass Destruction.
Wow, you put a lot of thought into this.
Oh, I do. And
Damn,
I
man.
hope that someday you guys will check out my other Kiss
I have.
concepts.
I
Which one
I
have you
actually
heard,
have.
Tommy?
Lewis,
I've heard the
from
makeup
time
years
to
ones
time,
that you
Lewis,
did.
I'll go and listen.
I've heard
Okay.
the early Kiss years ones that you did, and they are fan fucking tastic, dude.
Oh, great.
I wish Kiss made records like that in the makeup years, and then it would have
Now,
been. Oh,
a few I'm going to put up because I'm very proud of them. My version of Kiss Alive 2,
oh,
which is a lot more aggressive.
Yep.
It's called the Kiss Alive 2 Kiss Could Have and Should Have Put Out. Then I got
Oh.
two versions of Kiss Alive 3, which is from the Dynasty to Elder era songs. One has two songs less than the other one does. I removed You're All That I Want and Shandy. And let's see, then there's Kiss Alive 4, which is Vinnie Vincent with the Creatures of the Night Look It Up tour. I mean, it was from Nashville, but I just kept the songs for that era. And then my Kiss Alive 5, that one is really good. That's like Hot in the Shade with song. It's all Bruce Kulick and Eric Carr,
Ooh.
different arenas put together to sound like one show. It's really cool. There's no pictures, just completely black screen, like you're listening to an album. And it starts off with a fanfare from Leon Sphinx. And I added in from another show, you wanted the best, you got the best.
that's fucking sweet.
And to this day, I'm never going to understand why you think like that guy when he goes, you wanted the best and you got it. The hottest band's land, Kiss.
The dude, it sounds like a black guy doing the generic white voice.
It is a black guy.
Okay, there you go. That explains it. Because when you listen to Alive 2, it reminds me the intro of like the monster truck rallies that used to come to town, the big monster voice. Even they do that with the rock concerts in the 80s. And then you hear, you wanted the best, this fucking chipmunk on helium is what the hell?
For years, up until recently, I don't remember when it was, a couple years back or 5 years, I always thought that was Peter Criss introducing it. You want the best and you got it. God's man world Kiss. I thought that was Peter Criss.
I tell you what, everybody watching, I'm going to put in I hope I remember. I'll put in the description of this video a link to Lewis's site. If you want to just sit and listen to a Kiss, like he says, he doesn't put videos together. He just puts the songs. Instead of going to Spotify or something for a playlist to listen to, you've got to listen to what he does. It sounds amazing. His selections are very, very interesting versus some of the original stuff. So
have you heard my Up From the Ashes where I combined the solo album songs?
Yes, that is fantastic.
Cool. I say, and my Kiss Alive 2, that was like my first endeavor, and I'm very proud of that. Very, very proud of that. Because it's the Kiss Alive 2 I wish Kiss put out at that time. Because it is era appropriate. It's songs from 76, 77 shows. There's nothing extra, whatever. I'm just going to say one more thing, then let you guys get back to what you're doing, and I'll just hang around. I have another concept, and I'll call it Kiss Alive 6, but it will have songs that have been done in the past. I've always hated the End of the Road tour set list.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to say this real quick. When they can come out to Detroit Rock City, but when they come down, they finish the song out on the stage, the last notes should go right in the Psycho Circus. Boom, 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 boom. And then right at the end, and for the visual effects, it could be, where you don't see the Kiss logo until that's the instrumental break. And the logo would rise up from behind the drums. And everybody going.
Where's this guy when I had a band?
and then when it goes to the part, it goes, I've been waiting here, and have the light shifting every other spot, like a boom, 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 boom. And then when the amplifiers start to hum, and they have giant sparklers in front of the set, drum set across the stage, all shooting up at the same time when they go back to the chorus and we're in the Psycho Circus. And at the end, when the song ends, Paul goes, "All right, people, welcome to the show."
Lewis,
then-
I gotta ask you, man. Are you Doc McGee in a mask?
What?
Are you Doc McGee in a mask, man? Because
Yes,
you
I'm
have
Doc
like
McGee in a mask.
you have like the visuals outstanding.
Hey,
I'm
maybe
like,
we'll get
man,
that
I
cool
want to
stuff.
go to the shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get
And
me
I'm just-
excited for it too. Maybe they'll do all this cool stuff with the avatars.
Hey, did I go out on you guys?
Now you're froze on the screen, but we
You're
can hear
frozen.
you.
All right, I just got this thing sending troubleshoot.
All right, we're
Where
gonna
was
move
this
on to
man when
number
I had
6.
my
Get your
band?
stuff figured out, Lewis.
Yeah.
All
All right,
My
you
number
can hear me. I
6.
just want to end this one thing, okay?
Okay.
I just want to say this, and if I come back, I come back. And then after that, Paul goes, "Woo, welcome to the show. We're going to slow things down just a little bit." And you go, "Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da, da-da-da-da-da-da," and that's it. That's all I got.
Oh, okay.
At any time, does he say boom?
Where does he say boom on what thing?
No, it's his whole sonic boom rant that makes everybody cringe.
Well, I have nothing. There's nothing of sonic boom in the concept of my show that I would do.
Good. Okay. Thanks, Lewis. We hope you unfreeze. Just hang out, do what you can.
Yeah, I'll be listening.
All right, number 6, Tommy.
My number 6 is Bad People Go to Hell. I didn't know that. Rob, don't do that to me. Come on, man. I didn't know that Peter Criss had a solo album like this, and I was like, damn, this is fucking heavy for the Catman. I had to put it somewhere. I didn't want to disrespect it, but Bad People Go to Hell.
Yeah,
Number
they all
6.
got to land somewhere.
Yeah.
That whole album sounds great at 1.25 speed. That's the way you should have put it out.
Oh, absolutely. Sounds much better the way you did it.
Scotty, number 6. Let me guess, you're going to shit on another Paul song?
What is it? Number 5?
6.
Oh, number 6. Yeah, I think this is the last one. Live to Win, number 6. That's the best song on his album. If that's any consolation. I'm glad I'm done with that. It made it to 6. So I didn't have all of Gene's ahead of it. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. I just don't like that style. So not heavy enough.
Lost in this whole thing is not only are you shitting on Paul Stanley, you're telling me those 2 fucking Ace Frehley songs are better than the Paul Stanley song.
Oh, by far.
Oh,
You did it.
By far. Yeah, even the
Okay.
Peter Criss songs.
okay. Live to Win, Dave, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm staggered that you can get that at number 6, Scott. Like that's, yeah. I think you need to come out here and get some fresh air, mate. It's
Yeah,
something's going
man.
on. Something's going on. It's
Thank you.
This is your brain.
Yeah.
This is your brain
I'll
on
talk
You
drugs.
know
about it.
what? You know what? I knew this was fucking coming eventually because there's a handful of albums already, if you want to count Van Halen, Iron Maiden, and Black Sabbath, that I have completely shit all over. This is Scott's Redemption Day.
No,
So,
we just haven't really run into anything that I just don't like. I pretty much like everything, man, but if it rocks. But that album there, I just didn't like how it was done. I didn't like how it was sounded. I didn't really like nothing about it, dude. So yeah, it wasn't going to make it anywhere on this album. So
Okay.
And that's just being honest. Yeah.
Hey, Scott, what did you think of the Paul Stanley solo album?
I like the 78 solo album.
No, I'm talking about Live to Win. I haven't got your opinion on it
Oh,
yet.
yeah. No, I hate Live to Win. I don't like none of that. I don't like none of those songs, man.
Woo. All right. So
Yeah.
that was number 6 to me.
Yes.
All right. Number 6 to me, I've got Bulletproof. Now, number 6 on up, I love every one of these songs. Could listen to them at any time, any day, 5 times a day. So none of these songs are getting disrespected by me. It was very painful for me to have to place these in order because I love 6 through 1 all the time. But Bulletproof, awesome intro. He's got a killer tempo on the verses. The pre-chorus is amazing. The chorus is strong, and I love the female singers on this, done as it should be done when you have female backup singers. Absolutely brilliant.
Okay, I looked up some stuff here. According to this, I'm supposed to sign into this program and, I don't know, get a password and pay a fee or something.
No,
So-
Lewis, you don't have to do that.
Well, it's telling me that, I don't know, I just can't find a reason as to why I'm frozen.
Okay, hey, Lewis, you know what you can do? I'll remove you here and then just click the link to join again.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Oh,
Okay, so that is number 5 to Tommy.
my number
No,
5.
no, 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 no. Hold on, hold
No,
on.
wait,
I haven't
wait.
heard Dave's opinion
Right.
on Bulletproof yet.
I love Bulletproof. Yeah, it's a great song, as you said. And unlike Scott, I think the whole pop thing in rock, it just fits. Like, I'm more probably from Scott's era, but I grew up loving Foreigner and Styx.
Yeah, I like Foreigner.
You sure?
And
They're
you-
poppy, aren't they?
And Dave, your take on the female singers?
Yeah, I love female singers. What's not to like about a female singer?
Scott
Love
hates
the one
female
tomorrow
singers.
tonight.
What?
On everything.
Scott shits on every song that's got female backup singers in a male band.
No, I do not. That's a lie.
That's too funny.
That's a lie.
Oh, my God.
Welcome back, Lewis.
Yeah, great to be back.
Okay. So that's number 5 to Tommy?
Yes, sir. My number 5 is Bad Attitude. If it wasn't for Lewis putting most Paul Stanley's Live to Win album on there, it would have been a lot higher. I love this song for Peter Criss. It's got that classic Catman scream. It's him, Bad Attitude. Peter Criss had a bad. It's him. It's Peter Criss. So my number 5.
Why didn't we get this Peter Criss on Psycho Circus
Right.
instead of that
Why didn't
Sassy
we?
Beth Part 2 shit that they put on there?
Like,
Beth is a
Paul.
respectable song.
I
Of Destroyer.
would have
It's
put this song instead
the
of
other
I
one's
Finally Found My
horrible.
Way.
Yeah, I finally found my way as a piece of garbage.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you know what the worst part of I Finally Found My Way is? When they get to that part, remember how we danced the night away? It sounds so
Yeah.
gay because it sounds like they're singing to each other.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Here we go.
Okay, number 5 to Scott. I don't think he can piss me off anymore. He's pretty much shit on everything that I like.
Oh, this is a great tune. Foxy Free, man.
Oh,
Foxy
my
Free.
fucking Lord.
Dude.
Ace
I think-
Frehley is making
Rob, you spoke
his
too soon, man.
appearance, man. And it's all the way down at number 5, too. So, hey, there's some better tunes on here. Yeah, man. I like the Anomalies, man. I love his latest album, man. The space shit don't get old to me. I love it. I love it. That's who he is, man. I know he's a whack job, but I love Ace Frehley. I love the way he plays. I love the way he sings.
Are you his
And-
agent?
Oh my god. It wouldn't surprise me.
So, yeah, man, that's my
Wow.
number 5.
Okay. Anybody got anything to say about Foxy and Free?
I think
I'd
it's
like to put
amazing how
something put
Scott
on my
keeps a
album.
straight,
I'm having a stroke.
What's that, Dave?
Scott can keep a straight face while joking. It's fantastic.
I know. I don't. This has got to be one big put on by Scott here. If not,
It has to be.
everybody in the comments, he's exposed himself as an absolute Kiss fraud. That he could put these Ace Frehley songs above Paul Stanley is absolutely horrendous. But
I wouldn't if it wasn't this album.
yeah, whatever. Tommy, did you do your number 5?
Yeah, there was Bad Attitude.
All right, so my number 5 is going to be All About You off of Live to Win. Cool intro, the verse delivery into massive, massive power choruses. And Paul just rules on this fucking song and on this album. Dave, All About You. We know Scott's already shit on it.
Scott loved it. You can tell.
That was my last one. That was number 12, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Did you actually listen to the album or not, Scott?
What's that? I'm
I
sorry,
just
Dave?
didn't take
I'm just wondering if Scott actually listened to that Paul Stanley album. Or just-
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah.
has. I don't
Yeah,
think he
I
has.
No, with you,
Yes.
Rob. Great song. Paul just sounding as good as he ever has.
All right, well, let's talk to the creator of this list. What is your take on this entire Paul Stanley album, Lewis?
I think it's a good album. I think that like that song "Second to None," I think is a lovely ballad or
Yeah.
power ballad, whatever. I don't remember most of the other songs that I've focused so much for years of listening to the ones I have on this album. I listened to a couple songs. I can't remember the titles of the other songs, but can you give me the titles? Because there's one song I do like that almost made the list.
I love Lift.
Okay,
And that's like almost a dark mid-tempo song.
maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
And there is 2 ballads that are really pop ballady, so I could see people like Scott who are into the heavier stuff being turned off by that.
Yeah.
I'm just puzzled by the rest of it because to me it's not a hard rock album. It's a rock album.
Yeah.
And I beat this into anybody I can. That's what Paul Stanley is. I'll go to my grave saying if he was never in Kiss, he's Billy Squire. He's, somebody along just a regular lover boy type rock and roll airplay guy.
Yeah, I think he's like a 50-50 album. Half of it being pretty hard and strong within reason, and the other half being a little on the lighter side.
Yeah.
If he's never in Kiss, we never know who he is.
Okay, that's Scott's take. My take is if Paul Stanley was never in Kiss, there'd never be a Kiss.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, there definitely would not be a Kiss if it wasn't for Paul.
I get sick and tired of seeing comments.
But
that
sometimes
really
Paul
is the
has
heart and soul.
But sometimes, unfortunately, Paul is the combination of the what's the word of the reason why Kiss is so popular, and also why Kiss almost destroys itself.
Absolutely,
both.
Absolutely. That band for 50 years lived and died by Paul Stanley. It's that easy. Ace and Peter were replaced multiple times without missing a step. Gene checked out and Paul kept it going for damn near a decade.
Mm-hmm.
That band always has and always will go as Paul Stanley goes. And that's because of his voice and his songwriting ability.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even know if he would have changed his name to Paul Stanley if he never started a Kiss.
Probably not.
Like he might have just, if he like I say, his confidence and his insecurity are kind of a clash with each other.
Yeah.
Like he might have gone out and called himself Manly Stanley and had his own career.
Oh shit. Oh, man.
I want to say this before I forget. I want to get onto a different band for a moment. I did 2 Judas Priest videos, audio only. They did the live album. They did one later on. I can't even remember the name of it now. It's slipping
Priest
my
Live was their
mind.
best one.
But anyway, Sugar. Let me see. I'm gonna try. I gotta open up real quick. You're not gonna see. I'm gonna look at something. I just have to freaking find the name of the damn album. You know what? You guys go on and talk about stuff. I'll jump back into it later.
All right. So Scott did number 5, right? That was that piece of shit from Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That's it.
Number 4 to no, did number 5 to me. Okay. Right, you did. What was your number 5, Tom?
My number 5 was Bad Attitude.
Okay. So number 5 for me will be, where the fuck am I at now? Live to Win. Yeah, I got my thing all screwed up. This is arguably one of the best songs on the album. I put it at number 5 because Peter Criss has some amazing shit on here that had to be put in. Great lead intro. This is gritty. This is a gritty verse. The chorus is awesome. My only downfall with this song is I think this should have been a harmonized chorus with some background singers to make it bigger versus just Paul doing the chorus singing. A very cool use of the wah for the solo. So, I mean, it just all around, it's a good song. I could see why it was the release.
Oh, A Touch of Evil. That was the
Touch of Evil, yeah.
Yeah. So that album is a collection of live songs in a nonsensical order. So what I did was that I rearranged it, and it has gaps to it. I tightened up all the gaps to give it the live essence of the show. And I picked the song. Now I can't remember the title track or the opening track, but it starts off with Rob Halford. I can never understand the first part of what he says. Blah, blah, blah. The priest is back. Are you ready for some heavy metal? and it's really well done. And the other live albums, I took the 87 live album and I just rearranged it a little bit, a couple songs, did a swap, and I omitted Out in the Cold. I wanted to have the same opening of, the priest is back. You're ready for some heavy metal, and go straight into that.
And I love Priest Live, and I love Turbo, and I love Out in the Cold. As cool as that intro is, especially for the live vibe, it's too long.
Yeah.
It takes too long to get the tempo up for that album, but
that's why I removed it.
Yeah.
And I also took out the part with breaking the law. Goes, the next song contains the word "the law." I'm like, what a lousy way to. So I just totally took that away and went straight to the song. And I filled in the gap in between the two CDs, whatever it is, or the album, so it's one continuous flow of a live show. I think you'd really like it a lot. I'm done with Priest.
I wish obviously, you could have done that on the CD thing. Pisses me off, especially when it comes to intros that are supposed to, like, we're doing Screaming for Vengeance, right? And Hellion leads right in to
Electric Eye.
Yeah, Electric Eye. But there's that damn pause on a CD. You don't hear that on a album or a cassette as breaking it in half. Another one is like on Defenders of the Faith, where they do Heavy Duty and God damn it, I'm drawing a blank. They do the same thing.
I know they go, and it goes, oh, we are Defenders of the Faith.
Yeah, and Defenders of the Faith.
And
that should be all one song, but when you're listening to a CD, it just destroys it. And I think live CDs, vinyl, anything should have always been one. If you're not changing it on purpose, it should be a seamless.
Are you actually listening to the actual
CD?
Are you actually listening to the CDs or the Spotify versions? Because
same thing.
I believe that I have all the Judas Priest CDs because I bought the box set, and I believe that from Hellion into Electric Eye is seamless on mine.
It wasn't on Spotify. I know that.
Try the CD itself. You might find it's straight through.
It was continuous on yours, Dave?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, are we counting that as one song or?
Yeah, and I think Darren asked me that too. I said, well, technically it labels it as a track, so
Yeah, that's it. Spotify labels that as a track, so it has to be its own separate entity away from everything else.
Dave,
think
were
you
you a
just
big
listen to the
Priest
CD
fan at
or-
all?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, British Steel was the first one I got when it came out, and like I said, I really got into the heavy rock in the early '80s. So yeah, Judas Priest and Motorhead, and
So all
those
you
bands.
guys, check out my Priest Live videos. I think you really like them a lot.
Lewis,
Awesome.
Gene Simmons has nothing on him for self-promoting.
See, I've been trying to tell you, Gene's a humble sweetheart of a guy. He's nothing
I'm
compared
just
to
giving you
me.
shit, Lewis. All right, so my number 5 was Live to Win. That's number 4 to Tom.
My number 4 is Where Eagles Dare.
Did you just say Eagles?
Yeah,
Eagles?
yeah,
You said we're Eagles there,
yeah.
like the
That's the
Philadelphia
film, isn't
Eagles.
I think the word is angels, Tom.
Angels.
you
I'm
go.
sorry. Where Angels Dare. I had a typo on my list.
Classic Tommy.
It's a great
I had,
film.
I had a typo on my list. I put Eagles instead of Angels.
Now
Whoops.
let's hope the Eagles stomp a mud hole in them fucking Chiefs, and let's just leave it at that.
Please. I need them
Speak
out.
English, Rod.
I'm sick and tired of this town talking about
I
the
will not
Chiefs.
be watching.
Me either.
Chiefs suck.
Anyway, go ahead, Tommy.
Amazing Paul Stanley song, Live to Win album. Probably one of my favorite. Well, definitely in my top 5 albums to listen to. It's Live to Win.
And the best closing song of my album.
Yes. It's man, where do I start with it? It's Paul Stanley. It's just the poppiness. You guys basically, I don't want to sound like a broken record. You guys basically covered
That's fine.
everything I would say about it. That being poppy, and Scott, I don't understand why you don't like Live to Win so much.
Sure.
And you prefer Ace's voice over Paul's
On that album, yes.
You know what's cool about you guys doing it this time? Freaking Gutfeld, which I love watching that show, is preempting
Me too.
more talk about that plane crash.
Oh yeah, that's some sad shit.
It is horrifying.
Yeah. Okay, Scott, number 4.
The only song that I like on Gene Simmons is Asshole. And it's damn good, believe it or not. And he actually sings on this damn song. The drums are erratic, but it fits. One song, man, and it's Firestarter. And he's got a hell of a scream, which
You're
takes
fucking
me
with
back
me.
to Lick It Up almost, man, on that damn song. I'm like, whoa, what the hell, bro? But that's it. One song on the whole fucking album, man, that really rocks. I mean, not no bullshit fucking meat grinding hate vocals. It's him singing, man. And it's damn good. I like that song. And that's the only one. That's number 4 for me, Firestarter.
Hey. Lewis, seriously, I know this is your list. The 4 you picked, did you actually really truly like these songs, or did you just think they're the strongest ones on the album?
I think they were the strongest and most Kiss appropriate. The thing about this album is it's not far off of how Kiss actually does albums. Each member of the band would go into the studio with other studio musicians and lay down their tracks. Kiss has not played together in a studio as a band like since Rock and Roll Over or Love Gun or whatever.
Right. Correct.
They've always had other people coming in, session players and stuff like that. Like Gene, you say, well, we play songs that we never played before, because it was studio musicians playing their songs while they just did the vocal.
It makes sense now. That makes sense.
Okay. I've completely fucked up my list somehow because I just did number 5. Yeah, I've done Bulletproof, Live to Win, and All About You. So technically, I should be at number 3. So I don't know what happened. I won't know until I rewatch this. So we're just going to go. I know I'm supposed to be number 4, but somehow I've listed everything already, including number 4, which was Live to Win.
Okay.
So I don't know what the fuck happened here. My number 4 is it's just screwed. So whatever. Let's just go to Tom's number 3.
My number 3, Bulletproof.
Just know that my entire 6 on up contains every Paul Stanley song, and we're good.
Fair enough. My number 3 is Bulletproof.
Yes.
Fucking Paul Stanley is outstanding. No, I'm not. Paul Stanley is outstanding. The female vocalists are amazing. This song reminds me of
Why are you pointing to your vagina?
Silver Spoon.
Yeah.
That's what this song reminds me of, is Silver Spoon, with the female vocalists that do an absolutely amazing job on that song as well. Oh man, phenomenal.
When I first heard Bulletproof, I didn't know he was saying I feel invincible standing next to you, whatever. I thought he was saying I'm feeling miserable standing next to you. Because I think that would have been better.
I did too for a while.
Listening to it.
And fun fact, the night that I found out that two of Paul Stanley's songs from his Live to Win album was going to be on South Park, I put on the Comedy Central channel as fast as I could and watched the entire episode just so I could hear the song.
Wow. Cool. Okay, number 3 to Scott. Let me guess, Ace Frehley?
Number 3 is Bad People Burn in Hell, man. Peter Criss, bro. Freaking great. One of
my version. Don't forget.
Oh man, this is badass right here. This is what Peter Criss should have been doing all along. I mean, yeah, you want to pick at Ace and talk shit about him, man. I mean, you would have thought Peter would have been the real wacky out job, which he was. Putting shit out with his face with a beard on front of it, man, out of control. That album with it just fucking horrible, dude. Damn. I mean, I don't get it, man. It took him to 1994 to put out a good rock album. And I seen him on that too in a club. There's like 30 people there.
And I've said all along, boy, in 78, if he wouldn't have tried to do his roots music and put out mainline type fucking Kiss music, his entire post-Kiss career is much different.
Yes.
He'd be a lot more successful. He'd be more, right now, he's the one member nobody talks about when you talk about the original 4. And I think that would have changed had he not done that solo album. And then when he left Kiss, come out with more of the same. If he would have stayed true to badass Peter Criss.
His solo album is a masterpiece compared to all his other efforts up until the Chris Cat number 1.
Damn.
His Bob Seger voice, he could have been one hell of a solo rock artist.
He had it in his brain that he thought he could do the kind of music he loved best. He just was not cut out for that.
No.
Peter Criss was cut out for rock. Really?
Yeah.
A lot of bands have that problem, right? Garth Brooks has always wanted to be, and his biggest influence was Kiss. Well, he's not cut out to play rock music. So you find your niche, what you're good at.
You can't leave a hard rock and start doing shit like that and get accepted, bro. Especially a band that's been on top of the fucking world, man.
Well, look at Michael Bolton. Michael Bolton tried to be a hard rock guy. That went nowhere. He went and did pop stuff and went through the roof.
Yeah, he done one album. Yeah.
Dave, I haven't asked you about Cat 1. What do you think about Bad People Burn in Hell? Do you even know the song?
Yeah, I do know the song. Yeah, it's a good song. Like, the thing with Peter is even the songs I dislike of his voice is good enough to make you not hate it, if you know what I mean. Like,
versus
next
Ace
to Paul, I
Frehley.
think he's definitely the best singer of Kiss. Yeah, well, like I said, like I don't dislike Ace, but yeah, I get annoyed with the whole Ace Frehley's the heart and soul of Kiss, and you know,
Yeah, no,
it's ridiculous.
Hey.
It was
it
better
is
than to be honest.
absolutely. I'll
I'm
say this: it took all four of them to come up with that sound, but don't kid yourself. Everything that band ever did was because of Paul and Gene, not Ace and Peter. Come on.
Hey,
Definitely.
I was listening to Peter Chris's book, and I was just getting into it, and he said when they got to Shock Me, the Love Gun, when Ace, finally decided to sing one of his songs, he said he was glad, man. He said, I was glad Ace is finally going to sing a song, man. He said, but let's be real, people. He may have the worst singing voice I've ever heard in my
Have you ever heard? It's called Frankenstein with an A. Ken is capitalized. Of
It's
Parasite.
called what?
It's a YouTube channel called Frankenstein, and the Ken is spelled in capital letters because the guy's name is Ken, and he takes a lot of Kiss stuff and he reworks it. And he did one for Parasite from Kiss Alive, where he has Ace doing the vocals, and it fits right in as if they could have been on the album.
I've heard
Yeah,
Ace
Ace
sing that before.
Yeah, but this one he does the Kiss Alive version with Ace's vocals.
Wow, so he puts them vocals over the top.
Yeah, and he
Cool.
did a great job.
Okay, and for the viewers out there, if it seems like I'm ignoring Lewis and Dave,
No,
I'm
I
not.
don't.
Dave wanted to be on here because he's a cool dude, and we hadn't given him the homework for this, and this is Lewis's album, so obviously he's not going to be able to qualify, but he wanted to be on, so I'm trying to get everybody in while still getting to the list, and still reeling from the fact that for some fucking reason my live stream of this was not possible. So again, apologize for that.
Well, Dave,
Number 3, yeah, go ahead.
Well, Dave, if you get a chance, the video is called Kiss the Final Stand. You can listen to the album and you can hear all the songs in the order they were meant to be heard. And like I said, the Peter Criss songs I sped up to make them fit the intent of the album. So I want to give you that information.
Now, how are you doing that without manipulating the tone of the voice?
YouTube, it's amazing. If you go to that little gearbox thing and it says speed, you click on that and then you just select the speed that you think is appropriate. And YouTube just plays things faster without changing the pitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Just like when they did that Ace Frehley video, the one from his new album, I forgot the name of the song, but it's
Cherry Medicine.
Walking on the Moon. Walking on the Moon.
Oh, fucking brutal.
Yeah. Well, I sped it up to 115 speed because now you get more specific. And I thought that the 115 speed was the perfect tempo for that song.
300
that is
better,
awesome. That is awesome to know. And now I'm going to go and look for Firehouse off the first album and give it a double time, and maybe I'll like it.
Yeah, well, if you think 125 is too fast, because it might be, then you can hit custom and you can scale the little thing you just move up a little at a time until you get the speed that you think is best.
Cool. Okay. My number 3 is Bad Attitude from a badass album. Awesome intro on this. Peter's vocals are so strong. I love the pre-chorus. Very strong chorus, and the solo with the wah is outstanding. I've always loved this song since the minute I heard it. I wish all we've covered this Peter's solo stuff would have been in this vein. Another great song that's not on this list if you want a really cool, chill ballad to mid-tempo. Blue Moon Over Brooklyn is fabulous off this album. That could have been a radio hit. So there's my number 3. Number 2, Tom.
My number 2 is All About You. Another fantastic Paul Stanley song.
And this video is all about Lou.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Yeah.
I swear, Doc McGee stole this dude's thunder. I swear. He made a Kiss concert so much fucking more interesting to go to, and I'm visualizing it as he's displaying. I'm like, man,
Well, that's because Lewis's imagination is still working. Paul and Gene's checked out when they knew all they had to do was say copy and paste.
man, if
When
I
we-
get a band together one day, I'm definitely gonna look you up and be like, listen, I need some, I need some direction. This
when
band's
we
going
get
down
to the
under.
near end, when you guys list all your number ones, I want to tell you how I would end the show of
Cool.
a Kiss from End of the Road. But I'll wait.
Number 2, Scott.
Number 2 is absolutely awesome. Freaking great song. Great vocals on this song too, man. Outer Space.
He's
Outer
fucking
Space.
with us. There is no way he's not
Now I
fucking
know
with
he's
us.
fucking with us. Now I know
He
he's
just said awesome vocals with Ace Frehley.
Hey, that sounded
But-
pretty cool. It's like I told you, I came from outer space.
the first
Oh.
time.
Great
Ashton
song.
Kutcher somewhere streaming in this thing?
We
Are
got
we being punked? This is the most ridiculous I've ever seen Scott in my life.
Great production too, man.
I
Oh,
can't
my
wait
God.
to read the comments when it's officially
Wait a
goes
minute.
to YouTube.
Ace Frehley is a better producer than Paul Stanley. Oh,
Oh, my
shit.
You're
God.
out of your fucking mind.
Dude, Ace don't even play on his own album, let alone produce it.
Wow. Ace. And Peter rules this one.
Okay. All right. My number 2. Bad People Burn in Hell. This might be Peter's greatest song ever, including his Kiss catalog. This is one of the most massive classic Peter Criss screaming killer verses. It's got a great chorus. The drums are big. All the Creatures of the Night almost in this thing. It's just that bass drum especially. It's so big. And what I love that neither one of you pointed out is the callback to Strutter at the end.
I
with
knew
his
that.
Oh, you added that?
No, I knew that. I picked up
Oh,
when
okay,
I heard it.
okay. I heard. I'm
And
like,
like I
oh
said,
fuck! I way back when I first heard the album, like that
You've got to
motherfucker's
listen
doing
to
the Strutter
both
thing.
versions of that song, the original Intense Speed, and of course mine, and then you'll really see like it's totally two different songs.
Yeah, that ending is just brilliant. That he threw that Strutter opening in there. That was just cool. Awesome. Peter Criss. Can't say enough about him when he is the guy. Being a rock star versus being whatever jazz big band that he tries to be. Peter Criss as a rock star to me is the number 2 greatest Kiss member of all time. If you want to talk about ability with his instrument and his singing, behind Paul Stanley, of course. World's better singer than Gene Simmons. Ace Frehley, I won't even put in that list because he's not a singer. But
He's
yeah,
not.
Peter Criss, probably the most underrated Kiss member of all
You're
time.
not alone, Scott. I like Ace too.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Ace
I just can't find to
sing.
be bad about any Kiss member as far as the performance goes. But anyway,
Yeah.
For the record, when I was a kid, I was a huge Ace Frehley fan.
uh-huh.
But I was a huge Ace Frehley fan because he never sang.
His voice does not bother me.
That don't bother me, man.
I like it being different than any other member.
I was born and raised a Bruce Kulick fan.
All right, number 1, Tommy.
My number 1 is possibly one of the greatest Paul Stanley songs ever written, Live to Win. Don't care, Scott. It's the greatest Paul Stanley song in the world. You cannot change my opinion. Live to Win. Saw it on South Park. I could not wait for this album to come out just so I could buy it and play it on repeat. This song is just man. The structure of it, the production of it, the guitars, the drums, everything about it is perfect. I can't say nothing more about it.
Audience.
Number 1, Scott.
Chew him up and spit him out, what he just said. Make sure and do that. All right.
And for those that you think that Ace Frehley can sing, you need CAT scans and ear tests done.
No, but if you think "How Damn Live to Win" is the best Paul Stanley song in the fucking world, you are
One of
you're
the
on
best.
LSD, brother.
One of the best.
I see
Okay.
what's happening here. Tommy and Scotty dueling it out.
Yeah, man. It's been coming, man. It's been coming.
Oh,
All right.
It's gonna
number
happen.
one. Number one,
Number
Scott.
one, and by far the best song on here. I don't give a shit what they say because what they say don't count. Bad Attitude, brother. This is Peter Criss Kiss song right here, dude. This is Getaway. This is freaking Black Diamond. This is freaking Catman. Bad Attitude is fucking raw. It's great. It's heavy. He is screeching them voices, them vocals fucking through the whole song. Awesome. I've loved it since I heard it in 94. Bought the cassette as soon as I heard it on the radio. It's been great ever since. Ain't never changed. Number one song, bar none.
All right. My number one to end it off, and this was hard for me. This could basically be 1A, and 1B with the two Peter songs, and where Angels Dare, not Eagles, Live to Win. I honestly, all kidding aside, am surprised that Scott don't like this song. When you factor that drum intro into that killer rhythm, going into the chorus that builds into that big chorus. It's got the breakdown. It's got power drumming. The ending is cool. All kidding aside, it does shock me, Scott, that you don't even like this song. It's
It
just
shocks
because
me
it's.
too, bro. I'm
Huh?
shocked that Paul Stanley would have an album that I do not like anything on. It does. It shocks the hell out of me. Believe it or not.
Go ahead, Lewis.
My selection, I think, Live to Win and Where Angels Dare go straight into the song, where the others have a little bit of a slow, they just kind of have a little bit of a slow 30 seconds before it picks up. And the other two songs I mentioned go straight into the sound, which those two, I think, are the best choices I selected.
Yeah, I don't blame anybody for not liking Live to Win who's a Kiss fan, because it isn't Paul's 78 solo album. It isn't Love Gun. It's not even, Asylum. It's not metal. It's not even hard rock. It's just straight ahead rock and roll with some flashes of pop in it. It's not for everybody. I get it. I love to fuck with Scott. It's been a long time coming since he could shit up and down on me for an entire episode. So
Yeah.
Congratulations, Scotty. You got your moment.
So can I get to my Kiss thing now?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I didn't finish off the beginning part. So when they're doing the song "She," when it gets to the end, that Tommy would do an abridged version of the solo, and go straight into Paul doing the opening chords for "Come On and Love Me." Right. So that'd be the first four songs. Then anything they want to play is fine. Then the last four songs would be, not that I like it, but you just got to have it. Is Beth, followed by Shout Out Loud, which would be the end of the initial set.
Right.
And then the stage darkens. Spotlight goes on. They have a little break. Spotlight goes on Paul. Starts off Black Diamond.
What a beautiful cat.
Right?
Sorry, Lewis.
Oh, yeah. And then they do most of the song of Black Diamond. And they get to the part goes Black Diamond, they play rock and roll all night. They play the whole song, and when he gets to the end, goes then he goes back to where Black Diamond left off on. Boom, 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 and it has all that stuff going on with the explosions. Oh, then the risers go up and the bomb, 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 and after all the explosion, then they change the tone of the guitars by loosening up the frets or the strings, everything. Then it goes boom,
and the Black Diamond,
real slow, while the stage engulfs in the fog and the smoke and everything else. and then the lights go out and they're gone.
And a puppy. That's awesome, Lewis. You know what? I don't think that Kiss actually sat down and thought about that shit since the 70s.
No,
The way you describe that when you're talking about the notes going to this visual to this, that's something clearly they focused on, and you can almost visualize the band members sitting and going back and forth like that. After that fucking reunion, I swear to God, they came up maybe with one brainstorm session, and they used it from that point till the end of the road.
yeah, pretty much. You know, I have 2 different DVDs of the End of the Road show, and they're done by POV version of you're in. It's not. I hate changing cameras. I love the show just to be one fixed camera on the whole
Yes,
thing.
I hate the cutscene shit.
Especially the symphony video. Oh my God, that thing is like I just couldn't listen. I could, but the thing is, the audio quality is better than the CD. They should have taken the audio from the DVD to put it on the CD.
Dave, we got another animal lover. That's 4 of us that have cats, 2 of us that have dogs. Lewis, you got any pets?
No, not at all. I figure I'm enough animal for myself. I got it from my mom. See, when I was a kid, I wanted a puppy. I said, Mom, can we have a dog? My mom used to always say, we don't need a dog. We got you.
Okay, Scott, your roundabout closing thoughts on Lewis's final stand.
Mine would be, it's 50-50 for me. I like how you got it put together. You take some time to do this. That's freaking awesome. But song-wise, about half of them I can really dig, and about half of them I just don't care for at all. Unfortunately, a lot of that falls on the Live to Win album. But you ain't got much of a choice, so there you go.
Comment.
Very creative. No.
Go ahead, Scott. Finish your thoughts, Scott.
Oh, no, I was just telling him, very creative and very awesome. And I love imagination.
Yeah. Tommy.
My opinion is with Scott, it is a 50-50. I get why you had to put Gene Simmons' crappy asshole album on there because that's all he had. Great choices for Live to Win. It's greatly produced. Honestly, you should be
You'd buy a CD if it existed.
Yeah, dude, straight up. I would buy the fucking CD if it existed.
Right.
I don't know why you're not a music producer of any sort, man.
Because you have to know certain people, and you have to put up with a lot of crap before you get to that point.
Good point there.
Like, Dave, I know you don't know a lot of this album, but based on the ones you do know, what do you think?
Yeah, too much arsehole in it. I think it would have been a good album with. Yeah, exactly. 8 tracks from Paul Ranley, Paul's album, and a few from Peter's would have been perfect. Does anyone else think that Lois' voice sounds a bit like Peter Criss?
Yeah, it does. Lewis sounds like Peter Criss. Lewis sounds like Peter Criss.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
You're from you're in Michigan, right, Lewis?
No, Connecticut.
No, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Well, who the hell do I know that's in Michigan that I always talk to on this damn thing? Man, I can't keep it straight.
That's
all right,
DJ,
Connecticut.
Right?
All right, so for me, this is a 60-40 album. Remove both Ace Frehley and every Gene Simmons song, and this is a fabulous album. I know why Lewis did it. His brain is working the right way as far as putting this together, as far as years and eras and everything. I would replace both Ace Frehley songs with the cover of Do Ya and Trouble Walking, and then we'd be talking because I'd only have to skip 4 songs, which are every Gene Simmons song. I'd have probably maybe replaced Firestarter with the song Asshole. Not a great song, but at least it's got a singable chorus. Firestarter's a attempt at Kid Rock rap metal. It's terrible.
It's awesome.
Okay, Lewis, any final thoughts since you're the guest of honor?
No, I think I pretty much covered it all. the fact you guys took the time to listen is a huge honor. I feel like I'm speaking to celebrities.
Shit.
No, man.
Fuck that.
No, don't say that.
I
man.
don't even want that. Oh my God.
Okay, I
Neither
take
do
that back.
I.
It's cool to talk to
Lewis,
regular
you have
guys like
been
you.
probably my number one viewer and subscriber since this thing started. I appreciate the hell out of you.
Hey, no problem.
Your comments always make me fucking laugh. Anytime I'm in the mood for a laugh, I pop over and watch one of your toy review things because I just love how goofy you get.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are a fucking fantastic human being. This was an amazing effort that you put together. And the fact that we had you on here, that's just because we're the best podcast there is when it
Oh,
comes to music.
definitely. Beyond.
Most of these guys spend 35 to 40 minutes talking to each other about what they did over the weekend before they even get to the fucking topic. They'll only read comments of people who are licking their boots and agreeing with them. We take all comers. I don't know if Dave's going to come on here. I didn't know Dave before this. He could have come on here and told me I'm the biggest fucking idiot in the world, and I wouldn't care. We don't run from nothing. We include anybody who wants to be included.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like all those other KISS podcasts, for some reason, you say anything they don't like, they block you.
Oh, yeah.
They cannot handle it. I stuck around with you because whether I said, you're full of shit, you're crazy, you're insane. How can you hate that song? Why do you like that one? And you either fight back or say something, you leave my posts up. You don't take them down. And
Nope, but I don't delete shit. I've had some people tell me, you deleted my comment. I said, no, the fuck I haven't. I've never deleted the unless you put hate speech in here threatening someone's life or something. I ain't deleting shit.
You know what? The thing with YouTube is sometimes a person can post a comment and go back and check and it seems to be gone. But what they have to do is click on comments and hit newest first. And when you click on that, it brings up more comments that way. You know, just like I've learned that if I say something and you say something like with a question, I've learned not to bother answering you because you never see my response.
Well, here's the thing, and I do apologize to Lewis and everybody else. Every time there is a notification on my channel, when I go to the Tunes Brother channel, there's a little bell up there and it'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9+ comments. I will read and reply if only a thumbs up or a thumbs down to all of them. But after that, it seems like replies to my replies, I don't always get notified of.
Yeah.
And I do have a full-time job, so I can't constantly be re-sifting through long comment, so I get, if I see it as a notification, I make sure I get to it.
Yeah, here's another thing I hate about YouTube. They took away, you can't dislike somebody's comment. You can either like it or ignore it. I don't like that you can't show how many people dislike a video. I've even said, go ahead, dislike mine. I don't care. And now they removed the play all option for when you watch a person's video channel. There's no more play all option.
Taking away the dislike button pisses me off. Or it's there, but it doesn't show you how many dislikes on the video. And that's because they're trying to protect all these suicidal morons if they're not popular. And to that, I say, stay the fuck off social media if you're that sensitive.
Now, I can go into my own channel and check all the videos and scroll down with the cursor, and it'll tell me the percentage and how many likes and dislikes I got, which I don't mind advertising because whatever, people, why is it that people dislike the video? I don't care. I mean, I sort of care. I want like I did my Kiss Alive 2. It has no Beth on it. Okay. Beth is not on my Kiss Alive 2. And people ask, I said, well, number one, it would kill the flow of the album. 2, I want to have the same impact as a Kiss Alive. And there are no good live versions of that song. No. They all suck. I've heard everyone, even post 78 into 79. And I think those might be the people disliking my video. And maybe Paul Stanley's one of the guys that dislike my video because it's better than the official release.
All right. This has been awesome, guys. Dave, I'll always try to keep you in the loop. If you don't hear from me, just WhatsApp me and ask what's coming up in case there's something you want to jump in on. Lewis, same with you, man. It doesn't have to be KISS. Anything that you see we're going to give as homework in a video, if you want to jump in, just let us know.
Yeah, well, kind of give me a little bit of better warning as to what day and what time.
Yeah, this was last minute. This was absolutely last minute.
for a minute when I first clicked in to join, I thought they probably did this thing 3 hours ago, and I'm gonna be seeing nothing.
You came in.
Well,
at the
and
right
again, I
time.
apologize
came
to
in just in
anybody who
time.
tuned in from Facebook or and check out, they changed it now from community on the YouTube page. It's now called posts.
Uh-huh.
But all check out the posts because I will put fun stuff up once in a while, and
I
there'll
don't do
always be
Facebook. You
and
do
there'll be a
it?
notification in the post all the time when we're planning a live stream. This was last minute because Darren couldn't do it tonight. We're doing the Priest album tomorrow
I'm going to
night.
keep the email for the link.
Yes.
And then you just give me like a day or two notice, if possible. Say, hey, Lou, we're going to be talking about this album. Then I'll try to give it a quick rundown listen and just to get a feel for it. Like, I think I was a little bit unfair with the Iron Maiden album because I wanted to rush listen to it. And I did like the quality, and sometimes it was a little lengthy and stuff. And so next time I like to have a little bit more notice. But
Sure.
I think songs like The Trooper from other albums, 2 Minutes to Midnight, and a few other songs, I think are really good songs too. You know, I
Dave,
don't think
anything
that.
else?
What time we
Anything else?
doing what time we doing Judas Priest?
Judas Priest, if it's going on Darren's schedule, it's usually like would be 8 or 9 p.m. Central Time for me. I don't know what that
That's cool.
equates to for you. Okay.
That'd be
Like
about
One
9
or 2
p.m.
o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, usually when Darren's not there, sometimes we run a lot later because we don't have kids, so we don't. Well, Scott does, but not young kids that you got to worry about getting to bed and doing all that stuff.
When you do Screaming, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
When you do Screaming for Vengeance, are you going to consider Hellion Electric Eye to be one song? That's going to be a pain in the ass.
That's
to
always
put
the
that up.
popular fucking debate, and Darren asked me
We
that
should.
too.
Yeah,
I think it should be one song, even though it's got its own track title. I really do think it should be one song. That more than any, I mean, because Van Halen had several songs where you could kind of think that, well, that could stand alone, but Hellion is so much a part of Electric Eye that it almost had to be.
Yeah, and when they play the song live, they play Hellion and Electric Eye, and they just call it Electric Eye.
Yeah. So we'll do one track.
Yeah, right.
The other thing
All right.
too, Rob, is on Spotify, it's got the live track on there as well. Is that included?
No, we're not doing the live.
No.
That's just if it would be a live track that wasn't already on the album as a studio, I'd consider it, but it's just redundant then.
It'd be last anyway.
Yeah.
I had an idea for a Kiss video.
Yay,
what's
let's
that?
hear it.
The interview of Tom Snyder.
Oh,
they had.
fuck, you're gonna make me watch that goddamn thing.
We don't
keep
have
it
to
in the
watch
back.
it. We can discuss it because we already know what happened. But
I love it.
I'll keep it on the back
of
burner.
course you would, Scott.
Guys, my bladder is about to explode. We're at
Me
a
too.
minute or an hour and 52. I love all you guys, Lewis and Dave. You guys are rock stars coming in at the last minute all the time. It's awesome, Lewis, to have you here finally.
Yay.
It's nice to meet you, man.
I'm gonna hit this. Yeah, go ahead, Scott. You got something to say?
No, I was just saying it was good to have you guys on here, man. Always.
Yeah, always
Thanks,
fun to have you guys. Lewis, I hope this is not a one-off because you are funny as hell.
A few times a year might be fine to make it. I don't wear out my welcome.
Right.
Like I said, I'll try to join you for the Judas Priest one when I can. You know, like I said, just get the notice as to when you're going to be doing it exactly. And so I have to run down I know there are songs on that album I do not like. Oh my God, shocker! But I've never really thought of a worst to best. You know, to me, an album is how does an album tell a story? Does it start off well? You know, does it have an act 2 where it's not so good? A triumphant act 3? You know, that's how I listen to an album.
Okay, Dave, I'm going to wet myself, but I've got to ask before I forget, what is Vegemite?
What is Vegemite?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't eat it myself. Like, it's a paste. It's
Paste?
Yeah, it's like a brown paste. It's very salty.
So-
Somebody put it on a bit of toast.
So when Men at Work says Vegemite sandwich, is that like 2 slices of bread with paste in the middle and that's it?
Yep, the Vegemite in the middle of it.
Wow.
I said I don't
Okay.
like it. So, but a lot of
Interesting.
Australians do. So
All
I'll
right,
send you
guys.
some.
Thanks, and everybody check the details of the video. I will have a link to Lewis's channel. Check his stuff out when you got something that you need to kill time. It's a great place to go. And until next time, everybody, thanks for watching.
Ciao.